This case isn't about who's the father, who's
That's
the
right.
daddy.
That's true.
You know, you call Maury for that. What,
Plaintiff Beau Gorno says he gave up everything for his ex, only to discover he was sleeping around, and you won't believe with whom. He's suing for $5,000 for rent, car costs, and parking tickets. Defendant Jeremy Ward claims his ex made his life miserable by spreading gossip that cost him a good job. He's countersuing for $500 for defamation.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Beau, you are suing your ex-boyfriend Jeremy?
Correct.
Okay. For $5,000?
About 5 years ago, I guess, I met Jeremy, and shortly thereafter, we started a relationship.
Yeah.
It was the first relationship I've been in like that ever. And
You mean the first gay relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he quickly moved in with me. So then I had to come out to my family, my friends, everything like that. Lost a lot of those, but you know,
Sorry.
The more I was with him, the more I fell in love with him. So I'm like, okay, this is who I am. So I'm gonna be
Good.
I'm gonna live this way. So shortly thereafter, he gets a job and he needs transportation back and forth. So he doesn't have any money to buy a car. So I agreed to buy the car under the terms that he went to work, whatever. Well, in the same week he got it, I think he lost the job. He had it maybe a day or two, and by his own fault of losing it as well. Okay. So then a couple years into our relationship, this is probably about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I realized he was cheating on me.
Who was he cheating with?
Random people at this point.
Nobody.
But everybody. But the worst part about it is that I'll get to that. When he leaves, he takes the car with him. When I told him not to, and I kept telling him to bring it back. Well, then he proceeds to tell me he can't bring it back because the title's been signed over to my daughter, who, mind you, is also 6 months pregnant, and he proceeds to tell me that it's his. And I ask her about it, and she admits to it. And so now he's, not only is he dipped out on my
But she was aware.
Yes.
She was aware of the relationship.
She blames me for bringing him into our lives because as if I put him there for her to sleep with.
I mean, you basically pushed us together.
But how'd you wind up with his daughter?
Well, because she was there and he wasn't. He says he was
Don't
at work,
leave him alone
but
with your wife.
his work schedule.
Thank God I didn't drop by.
His work schedule was any hours he decided to pick.
He didn't drop by.
And basically, he'd accused me of doing it. Was always accusing me of doing it. So I might as well do it. I mean,
what happened with you and his daughter?
See, what happened is he was always out cheating, hanging out with different guys. Because with us being homosexual, he has a bunch of guys that he talks to.
He put a tracker on my phone, is what he did.
And I've seen everything, where he was going, who he was talking to. Caught him up in a hotel with some guy. He proceeds to accuse me of cheating with the guys that I'm working with. So I end up losing my job. And
now
that's
you're blaming
why.
me for losing your job?
Absolutely.
Such a liar.
Because you want to text everybody.
He's lying.
And now she's pregnant by you.
She's pregnant. We
It's
don't know
his.
that it's mine. She ain't had it yet.
It's his.
She-
She's admitted to it. She says it's his. She's not. Oh, now she's a slut too? Do you remember when she came to us and said that she was pregnant and that she didn't even think she could keep it? And you sat there with me and you even said to me that if we wanted to, we would take the kid and raise it together. You knowing the whole time it was yours. The whole
We don't know that
time.
it's mine.
But
It's not proven that it's my child.
This case isn't about who's the father, who's
That's
the
right.
daddy.
That's true.
You call Maury for that. What? No. So let's get to the case now.
So not only do I feel like he took advantage of me completely, and then we had also signed a lease on the apartment we lived in, and when he left, there were still 6-7 months left on it that I've had to pay myself. They've asked me not to come back because I can't afford the rent anymore because it was a two-person lease at the time. Well,
So both of you signed the lease?
Yes.
And how much was it for each of you?
half of it was $750 a month in rent, but with utilities and everything, it all came out to be about $1,000. So it was supposed to be $500. But he never paid anything anyway, even when he was there. So it doesn't matter.
How do you think we got the place?
But he definitely was not there for the 4 or 5 months that I have receipts for it.
So he wasn't living there at the time, but his name was on the lease.
Yes,
So
yes.
you're saying
absolutely. And if I didn't pay it, then we would both be getting sued from them and actually I still owe them a balance on there's damages to the apartment when I moved out.
I see here the rent receipts.
He also ran up
where you
like
paid
$500 in parking tickets on the car.
Who was driving the car during those tickets?
He was. When he got these tickets was by the time he had left me and he was messing with my daughter. And that's when I finally was like, when I got these in the mail, I'm like, I want the car back now. Definitely.
Honestly, I was just tired of always being accused of cheating, because I wasn't. At first, I really wasn't.
What he's suing you for is the money he gave you for the car. He's suing you for the rent you didn't pay. What's your defense to those two things?
Your Honor.
Then we'll get to the tickets.
He wouldn't even allow me at the house. The apartment that we had, once we started arguing and it was bad, he wouldn't even let me come and get none of my stuff.
That's not
true.
true.
He told me that he would meet me and drop off some of my clothes or drop off some of my things to me, but that was it. And even if I called him to do that, he wouldn't even meet me to bring me nothing.
When did you stop living there?
In February.
When did he find out that you were sleeping with his daughter?
The end of February.
No. It was into January. Before you even left.
It was right after
Okay, what I want to
left.
know is, did you leave after he found out that you were sleeping with his daughter?
I had it in my mind that I was already gone.
In your mind's one thing.
But when you left after...
I didn't leave to be in a relationship with her or nothing like that.
But you're on the lease, right?
Yes.
And he knew this.
He wouldn't even let me in the house.
I did too let you in the house.
When I was there, you wouldn't
You
argue
had a
with
key.
me.
You knew I
always
wouldn't work every day.
Up in my face, man.
I never changed the locks. I never told him he couldn't come. I told him he couldn't come over there with a bunch of people that I didn't know or didn't like.
Okay.
I didn't want him in my house, but
right.
I never
Now,
kept him.
as for
But
the
you took the car from me. How
He
am I
had
supposed
keys.
to come over there?
He had keys to the car house. He could have came in anytime.
All right, now let's talk about the tickets.
The parking tickets, one of them, I'm not sure how.
He didn't have the car then. The tickets were when you had possession of the car when you were driving.
Yeah,
all right.
But
okay.
if you see the ticket,
not
I
a
was
crime,
charged
but
twice
you-
for one. One ticket it's double.
Okay, you can have a countersuit.
I have a countersuit because not only was he running his mouth to the people that I was working with, but he wanted to tell everybody that I had HIV, and it's not true. And doing something like
Stuff
that.
came out on social
putting it
media
on
about this, and yes,
put it on Facebook.
Okay,
that,
whoa, okay. And
that
you said
ruined
what?
my
Stuff on
job.
Facebook started to come out about this and about him getting my daughter pregnant, and everyone's calling me out on it. Like, is this for real? And
Did you
I didn't say he had HIV. No, I just said he was a skank and that he was going to catch HIV.
You said me and the person I was
No, I
hanging with
didn't.
both have
Prove
HIV.
it.
That I was going to catch it from that person.
You're suing him in this countersuit for saying that you had HIV. I understand you're saying it's not true. When you come to court, you have to show me evidence that he said that.
I don't have it because I didn't
If you don't
want. I
have the
didn't want to
proof, then
post it.
if you don't have the proof of it, I can't rule in your favor on that. I hope you
I understand that.
So here's what I see. So the countersuit I dismissed for no evidence. On your suit, you're suing first for $1,500 for repayment of the money you gave him for the car.
Correct.
And you both signed that promissory note, and the money was to have been paid back on January 31st. It wasn't. So you do get the $1,500. On the rent owed is in fact $3,000, and the reason it is owed by you is because your name is in fact on the lease. On the tickets, I'm not going to get in on the tickets. And I just might add as a addendum to all this, this is a case that never needed to happen.
No.
There were so many places where you had a decision to make and you made the wrong choice. I'm going to sleep with the daughter of my partner at the time. Bad choice. Not paying rent that you owed. Bad choice. Not paying back a debt on the car that he put up the money for. Bad choice. So there were so many opportunities you had to make the right decision, and you made the wrong decision. And basically, because of those bad decisions, that's why I have to rule in his favor. The law is on his side. But I'm just saying, we each have opportunities in life, because look, everybody makes mistakes, but you hopefully grow from them. So the next time you're at the crossroads, what do? You say, you know what? I'm not going to sleep with my boyfriend's daughter.
Ex-boyfriend's
I am going to repay my debt. And sometimes
Yeah, there's a lot of things I learned from this relationship.
I will fine for you in the amount of $4,500.
Thank you. Every choice that I was making is because of what he was doing. Like he pushed me to be like close to his daughter and have a relationship with her, and then leave us alone together. Like how? And then he ruins the relationships I did have with my coworkers and makes me lose the job. How am I supposed to pay for a car and pay the rent when, you know, he's the cause of me losing my job? It doesn't seem fair.
I know that he's going to have to be in my life if the child turns out to be his, but he's such a deadbeat, it won't matter anyway. He won't be around. I don't even have a relationship with my daughter now because of all this. I worked hard to keep a relationship with my daughter, and then coming out to her and everything was fine, and then all this happens. I don't know what's going to happen now.
Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have two options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.